Good morning and welcome back. Hope you're having a good start to your Monday. Of course, we were dealing with the impacts of Helene all of last week into the weekend, and portions of the Western Carolinas hit very hard. So fortunately, this morning things are relatively calm. We still have the remnants of Helene hanging out to our north. That'll bring us cloud cover and a few sprinkles, very similar to what we had on both Saturday and Sunday. But for Helene, here's that official track. It made landfall near Perry, Florida and Florida's Big Bend. It moved up into portions of northeast Georgia, almost into South Carolina. And if you were on the east side of this track, that's where the highest impacts were. And look at these rainfall totals. Some areas in North Carolina picking up over 2 feet. In fact, there was an area called Busick, South North Carolina, that picked up over 30 inches of rainfall. Still some ongoing flooding here, especially in some of those rivers. A lot of rain into portions of South Carolina. And for us here locally, we picked up anywhere from about 4 to 7 inches of rain. So we still got a good amount of rain. There was some minor street flooding on Friday, but for the most part, we were relatively unscathed compared to what those impacts were into places like South Carolina and northeast Georgia. I mean, there's still a ton of power outages, nearly a million in South Carolina and all the way down into Florida. Fortunately for us, we're looking good. And now that Helene is behind us, these areas can start those cleanup areas or cleanup efforts today. Here's a look at what we had yesterday. Again, after the cloud cover, we had a rainbow. That was definitely a nice sign after Helene. This was in Chester Frost Park, sent in by Robin Killian. So thank you so much, Robin, for sending that one in. And here's a look at what we're dealing with this morning for that Monday morning commute. Well, visibility is low at times. We have a little bit of patchy fog, some low-level moisture. Dense fog advisories in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties until later this morning. And here's a look over downtown Chattanooga. So we are dry, but you will run into a few areas of fog. So just be mindful of that. Maybe give yourself a little extra time on that morning commute. For your temperatures, generally comfortable, mid to upper 60s across the board. 77 later in Dayton, 73 in Soddy Daisy, and we'll have low 70s into western North Carolina as well. We'll have 77 in Madisonville, 75 in Andrews, mid 70s across all of North Georgia and across northeast Alabama as well. Bridgeport at 74. So overall, it's going to be a pretty nice day for us. And as we take a look at your futurecast, still going to be quite a bit of cloud cover, very similar to what we had yesterday. Of course, we had some steady rain yesterday afternoon. We're only going to have a few light showers, especially to the north and east Chattanooga, closer to that remnant low. By the time we get into the overnight, cloud cover breaks a little bit, some patchy fog developed for your Tuesday morning commute. And then by the time we get into your Tuesday afternoon, going to be more cloud cover with just a slim chance of a shower. But additional rainfall really not going to be all that impressive, which of course is good news because we had our fair share at the end of last week, but we could still pick up upwards of a trace to maybe a 1/10 of an inch. So if you do pick up rain today, it's going to be generally on the light side. And so far over the last month, which most of that came at the end of last week, nearly 6 inches of rain. So for a change, we're actually running a surplus of rainfall for the month, and that's going to help drought across the Tennessee Valley because we are now dealing with an extreme drought from Chattanooga, Cleveland. Of course, this was issued last Thursday before the rain came. The new drought monitor comes out this Thursday, so we'll kind of check in on that. Now, we are dealing with more tropical trouble. We have Isaac and Joyce out in the open Atlantic that poses absolutely no threat to the lower 48. We do have this area of interest that's going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico over the next 7 days, about a 50% chance of development. Now, the waters are a lot cooler in the eastern Gulf now from being churned up from Helene, so that's certainly good news. But the latest models have most of this staying well to the south of places like western South Carolina, western North Carolina, more of a Florida rainmaker. But of course, we'll get a better idea once this develops and we'll keep you updated. But for now, it's just something to keep an eye on. As for your next 7 days, we're going to have plenty of cloud cover today and tomorrow, and then moving into the middle of the week, we'll finally get some of that sunshine I was talking about earlier. And then heading into your weekend, lower 80s, low humidity, and sunshine. I mean, next weekend is going to be picture perfect.
You had us at sunshine, Clay.
I can't wait.
All right.
We need it.
Yes, we really do. Thank you.